Hey guys, it's Mark from In Touch Reviews here. We're going to get into it today. We're going to do the install of the XGP X10 into a brand new Bell motorcycle helmet so you guys can see the full installation process. We're going to start off by opening this up. We're going to remove the headset. We're going to set it off to the side and one of the parts boxes. Let's get this out of here and then we'll start taking apart the helmet itself. Okay, first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to start removing all the padding. So we're going to pull out the bottom padding first. Then on this particular helmet, we're going to pull out the cheek pads, which are just in there with snaps and Velcro. So you're gonna pull out each one of these cheek pads, and then you'll see the inside is fully open. This particular helmet, if you can see, it actually has a spot right here where the speakers are gonna go. So we're gonna pull out both of these. This one we're gonna put on that side so we know where it goes. This one we're gonna undo, pull out your straps. Pop out your next cheek pad. So now you can see with these out of the way, the inside of the helmet is fully open. We're gonna leave that padding in the back on this particular helmet because we can easily just tuck the wires right through. So what I like to do first is I like to figure out which one of the mounting brackets that we want to use on the helmet. So we have two options. We have this one, which 3Ms directly to the side of the helmet, and then we have this one, which is a metal clip that it clips on, and you see it's very, very sturdy. So this here, because we're gonna put it on this would be the left side of the helmet, because we don't want to have it where our throttle hand is. So all we're gonna do is take this clip and it's gonna slip right around the edge of the helmet. So if you see here, the clip is on and you can see that it just locks in underneath this padding just like that. And then you're gonna grab your actual radio itself. And if you see these little tabs here, these tabs go into these holes. So you put it on just like this and you lock it in. So now it's officially attached to the helmet. All right, so then we're going to go into our box, and I've already taken this out of the bag, but they normally come in the bag like this. I have the speakers, right? So you're gonna see that the speakers, there's one that has a very long cable and one that has a shorter cable. And when I mean shorter, if you see there's like an attachment where everything attaches to, this is your USB that goes directly to your radio. So we want the speaker that has the shorter cable to be closer to the radio, and we want the one that has a longer cable to go on the other side. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm going to remove, if you see in the back of here, there's 3M tape. I am going to, gingerly take this off because it's actually Velcro. So you're technically putting a Velcro pad. If you look under here, this is actually Velcro, but it's sticky. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna attach this one here directly inside of the speaker pouch of the helmet. So if you see here, I don't know if you can see very well, but it's now right inside of that location and the wire is facing to the back so we can hide it in there. Now what I would like to do is I'm going to take the one that has the longer This one has the much longer side, and I'm gonna feed it underneath all this padding all the way around from one side of the helmet to the other. Just make sure that your wires aren't getting tangled and you're being very gentle. You don't want to stretch or pull the wire at all. You want it to be nice and easy from one side to the other. All right, so see, now I have it around. Wires pretty much hidden. We will tuck it around when we're done, but same thing on this side. We're going to pull the 3M, the tape. We just got to pull the cover off so that we can access the adhesive. And sometimes this is really good adhesive. It's hard to get these backings off. Okay, this is off. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to stick it right in the little speaker pocket. I don't know if you can see that very well, but the speaker is right here. The wire then will be tucked in. There's little grooves in this particular helmet where this wire will fit in there perfectly. So you won't have any issues at all making the wires disappear. So as you can see, inside of the helmet, that's what you see. You have the speaker and you have the wire, but it goes right behind the padding, so you're not going to be able to do that. Now, essentially, this side of the helmet is done. The other side of the helmet, we still have our wires hanging, but we need to figure out where we're going to put the microphone. Now, this comes with two different style microphones. One is a boom style. This boom style could technically be used inside of a full face, but I think we're going to end up using the button. But just so you can see, if you have like a 3/4 helmet or something else, this will just fasten and then this will come and sit right in front of your mouth. We're going to use this, which is a button mic, very, very small. You know, it has the same connector as the other one. So what we're gonna do is this. We're gonna put our cheek pad, we're gonna look at our cheek pad, and we're gonna put it back in here temporarily. So I'm gonna put the belt back in, and I'm just gonna temporarily put the cheek pad in here so it sits. This way we can kind of see where the cheek pad sits. I don't know if you can see here, but we want the microphone kind of right up underneath here. We're at the end of the cheek pad. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull this. I'm gonna pull the backing off of this adhesive. And once I pull the backing off of this adhesive, I'm gonna look for that spot, which is, like I said, it's about right in the center, right at the edge of where the cheek pad is. And then I'm gonna put this on here. Now, if you don't get it perfect, don't worry, because like I said, it's on Velcro. So we can always pull it off the Velcro. The Velcro is adhered and we can manipulate it around. So let me pull the cheek pad back out. And you can see I mounted it right here. Wires here. Now I will run the wire up and over so that it hides, but if we need to reposition this, we can easily just pull this up. If we have to slide it forward or slide it back, we can easily just reposition on top of the Velcro wherever we want it to be. So like I said, if you don't get it perfect on the first go, don't stress at all. So what I want to do in the meantime is, like I said, I want this over, find our wiring, and we're going to find the one that goes to the microphone. So if you can see here, there's this, with this connection, you have, it's just a simple plug-in connection here. You can see they plug in together. Then we're gonna route all this wiring back. But first, what I'd like to do is, I'd like to get this positioned where I think it's gonna be best suited on the helmet, which is right here. And then I'd like to take our USB-C, plug it in, and kind of loosely route the wire in here, so this way it's in It's out of the way, but we know how much of that extra wire we need and how much of it we actually have to tuck behind the back. So now I have all of this in here. All we have to do is take this and tuck it in behind the, I like to do it behind the rear padding, so it's out of the way. I don't have to worry about anything getting in the way. And then I just go around and make sure I put it behind this, because this is where you have the most padding. So what I'll usually do is lift up and I'll tuck all of the wiring down inside of this back section. And once I have it in there where I feel like it's out of the way and it's not going to do anything, well, the only thing left to do now is put the cheek pads back in the helmet. So if you could see, I'm going to grab this cheek pad. I'm going to position it correctly. Pull it back through. We're going to get the Velcro. You see how this nice and neatly comes out of this spot? And then you have these little tabs that just have to click in. You'll hear them audibly click. I don't know, every helmet has different clips, but this particular one has clips that click in. Click. And then we should have another one on the bottom side that have to do the same thing. Find it. We'll line it up. I don't know if you can see here. Same thing. Get it lined up. Click it in. So now that cheek pad's in, and you can see very, very clean. Very clean. You see no wires inside. Everything looks really, really good. We take the other cheek pad, same thing. Now this one we could have done a little different, because this helmet actually comes with pockets. We could have put them in, but I prefer to just simply be attached directly to the helmet, and we don't have to worry about that. So again, you could put it in there, but we're not going to do that. This cheek pad goes back in. We're going to line up our clips, lock them in. Same thing on the front. I don't know if you could see. We want to make sure that this is locked in good. So now, if you look inside of there, there's no wires visible. There's nothing. Everything is tucked away. It's hidden in there. You can't see anything. And again, if you do it and you see some wires, it's okay. Just reach in and tuck them in, get them up behind the padding so they're out of the way and they're not going to interfere with you. And lastly, all we got to do is put this back on. And now what I choose to do is I choose to start on the side away from where the wire is, because I find it easier to work around. And this will slide in and slide right on through. Again, try to keep it as even as possible. And then you see this brake right here? This is the brake that I use for the wire, because you don't want to pinch the wire, but you also want it to fit in there so it's nice and even. So I will put this in, get this tucked in there, very good. And then I'll take this last piece and do the same thing. I'm gonna force it back and then just slowly make sure that this all gets tucked up under here properly. I don't like the way it looks. I'll pull it back out and do whatever it takes to get it in there correctly. This is sometimes a little difficult, but all right, so that's it. Everything is in. She's back in. She's locked in there perfectly. Make sure she's as tight as you can. Like I said, take your time. Don't rush it, because if you rush it, you're not going to be happy with the way it looks in the end. And again, this is your safety and the one thing that everybody else sees. So don't rush. Slow and steady. Make sure you have enough wire out of here so that when you go to unplug this, you can plug it in, plug it out with no issues. Just like that. It should be fairly simple to move. That's it, it's mounted. I mean, it's as perfect as it can get. Power on. Hold it in. And she's mounted. All right, thanks for watching.